Namaste, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Krishna, Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Brothers and sisters, welcome to another one of my video. So in a few moments, few hours, Donald Trump he's still President-elect Donald Trump as of the time I'm making this video. By the time I post it, he will be president. So it's 1:45 a.m. In Washington, D.C., in most of the U.S., Eastern Standard Time in the United States, and most of Canada, Trinidad, parts of Brazil. No, in Trinidad it's actually 2:45 a.m. Anyway, so the thought, I decided to put this video out because a thought came to my mind. So let us take a look at Donald Trump. He's not a brave guy, okay? He's a coward with power. Get that straight. Donald Trump is a coward with power, okay? He has power, and that's what makes him gung-ho and brave, okay? He's riding on American power, the military might of the Americans, okay? So don't think that this is a brave guy. And quite a few U.S. presidents have been that way, you know, because they have power at their disposal. They think that they're brave and they can act without consequence. And the truth is that they can, okay? The American people have built that up. Whomever is the president, they can basically act without any fear of consequence. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is that, you see, Donald Trump, he wants to take over Greenland. He wants to take over Panama. Tiny Mauritius, he wants to not give up the Diego Garcia. He's threatening Canada, I guess, and I mentioned Greenland already. Okay. If anybody has a claim to Panama, it's Colombia, because the Americans made Panama break away from Colombia so that they can create the canal, okay? So if many of you don't know history, or those who even know history, this is a forgotten fact of history. You, my brothers and sisters, you can please look this up. Panama actually belonged to Colombia, the U.S., to facilitate their imperialist agenda. And that this is their right, okay? Every country have a right to further their agenda. You know, the problem is you shouldn't do it at the expense of others. But this is America's pattern, that they don't care. You know, they say that they're the defenders of freedom, they don't care. But the reason I'm bringing this up is that India has put a cap on its missile range, right? I think the cap is about 5,500 kilometers. And what a bullshit move, you know. I personally, I like Narendra Modi, and I believe that he's one of the best, if not the best prime minister that India Bharat has ever had, except for Sardar Patel, who was unfairly denied the role of prime minister. He only acted as prime minister, so as an acting prime minister, he would have been the best, period. You know, and India got an idiot named Nehru. Nehru is the greatest thing, and Nehru is the reason why a lot of you Dalits, Sudras, secluded tribes, other backward castes, and other denominations that they gave you, all these other castes are backward and marginalized and ostracized in society today, okay? He did policies that entrench your marginalization, but because you are so mad in it, many of you cannot see. He gave you guys a few rupees and you guys think he's doing the world of good for you. You know, you all actually need a lot more. I've put that out in a previous video, that you don't need a few rupees, you need millions of rupees, and you need a lot of preferential treatment to lift you up where you should be, okay? The problem about all these subsidies is that people who don't deserve it, people who are not marginalized, they're getting it. They're getting your money, and you're getting just a bit of it, and many of you are happy about that. And that is the wrong way to look at it. But anyway, that aside. So the reasons why I'm making this video is that Donald Trump, his election, his behavior, his threatening of peace and stability across the world, him showing how easy it is for America to become unhinged, is a reason why I'm saying that Bharat needs to be able to produce missile that can strike anywhere in the world. You know, India needs to have missile that will deter. And you don't need, you know, I heard this thing about minimum credible deterrence. What's a minimum credible deterrence? You know, Israel and the US already demonstrated they can knock off incoming missiles, what Iran attacking Israel, the Houthis striking at Israel. They've already demonstrated that. So what's a minimum credible deterrence? You know, that's a bullshit piece of verbiage that the Indian government, from the Congress party to the current BJP, has been using. You need a minimum of 2,000 intercontinental ballistic missile with the ability to strike anywhere in the world, and each of them must have 8 to 10 multiple independently targeted re-entry vehicles. Okay, and India should possess a minimum 3,000 to 4,000 nuclear warheads. Okay, that would be a credible nuclear deterrence. And not only that, India should possess at least 30 strategic nuclear submarine with submarine launch ballistic missile for credible second strike capability. Okay, the ascension of Donald Trump, who's even more unhinged into, and he's determined, and he has all rights to go after those that went after him. They should not have done that. They set the example, they set the trend. He's going to follow it. Okay, so these socialists and liberals, they're hypocrites, and I told you about that before. I said they're our enemy, they're not our helpers. Okay, they have set them up to become even more unhinged. So they are playing a credible role, or have already played a credible role in that. But yeah, you know, so what I'm saying is that, you know, the Modi government, they're constrained by this so-called Brahmanical patriarchy and Hindutva and all of these things. And this is another reason why us, the Shudras, the so-called Dalits, the so-called Harijans, the so-called untouchables, the so-called tribal caste, the other backward caste, this is why it is our age. And the age of the Sudra did not dawn at the start of Kali Yuga. It dawned on the field of Kurukshetra when the Mahabharata was being narrated. And I want you all to think about that. Okay, this is our age and our time, and we need to reclaim it. And the beautiful thing about being the Shudra, being Dalit, Harijan, and you know I don't buy into this caste nonsense. Okay, so I'm using this term, but I really don't buy into it. Okay, the caste stuff. I'm not talking about Jati, and I'm not talking about Varna. Caste is not a Christian European imposition on us. But anyway, being a Shudra, Harijan, Dalit, you know, identities that I hope Dalit and Harijan and all these other tribal castes and backward castes, I hope you renounce that identity. But being in this category is actually a blessing now, but you have to know how to access that blessing. You see, first of all, I already told you, the subsidies that the government give out has to be cut out, and lump sum have to be directed towards you guys, us. Okay, the next thing is that I am proud of Sanatan Dharma. Remember, Sanatan Dharma and Hinduism did not oppress us. The followers of Hinduism may oppress us, followers of Dharma may oppress us, and when they're oppressing us, they're actually not being followers of Dharma, they're being a-dharmic, okay? They're being demons. So get that straight. So they might profess to follow Hinduism and Sanatan Dharma, but that's not the case. They are more like Rakshas, okay? So get that straight. So Hinduism and Sanatan Dharma does not oppress us. People oppress us. But anyway, like I said, the beautiful thing about us is that we can now rise up, we can take power, and we can take actions that the BJP cannot take, that Bajrang Dal cannot undertake, that the Hindu Parishad cannot undertake, the RSS cannot undertake. None of them cannot take these actions because they are constrained They're constrained, even though they don't demonstrate it. They are constrained by accusations of Hindu supremacy, okay, and about Brahmanical patriarchy and all this nonsense and bullshit, okay. We will not be, and we will be proud of it, and no one will be able to stop us. But I am not going to give us preferential treatment. I am going to give us compensation for the oppression that we have experienced, and compensation due to us because of that oppression, to get us to a place where we are not behind anybody because of artificial barriers created to impede us. Okay, so what I'm saying to you is that please join my movement. Like this video, subscribe to this video. We need to liberate ourselves, and we will take control of Bharat. And one thing I want to say is that all these other Hindus who identify as upper caste and all of these things, and Hindu nationalists, they will actually have to support us if they are true Hindu nationalists, because only us will have the ability to deliver. The BJP cannot. I mean, look at the BJP. A lot of the programs that they have developed, the social programs, non-Hindus have benefited from that in unfair numbers. Okay, they have unfairly benefited from that, and we will ensure that no one but us benefit from it. Okay, and when we benefit from it, the remainder will go to the other Hindus, the other followers of Dharma, not just the Hindus, but the Jains and Buddhists as well. Okay, so brothers and sisters, don't be ashamed, be proud. Remember, we are not constrained. And as I just demonstrated to you, and any strategist, any military strategist would say, yes, this is a time for, this is a wake-up call that we as an India needs intercontinental ballistic missile with a substantial number of nuclear warheads and a substantial second strike capability that can present a credible threat to annihilate any country that would threaten Bharat. Okay, I hope that this video reaches the ears of strategic planners in New Delhi, so that they know, what, yes, we have to do this. Anyway, brothers and sisters, I bid you good night, good morning, good day. I hope all goes well with you. For those of you who are able to participate in the Mahakumbh Mela, the festival, please do so. Those of you who do not have the ability to go there, if you're not able to buy water from the Ganga and Yamuna and mix them, and then invoke the presence of Mother Ganga, Mother Yamuna, and Mother Saraswati to before you bathe in that water in your showers, take normal water and separate them into 3 containers. For one, you invoke Mother Ganga, the other Mother Yamuna, and the other Mother Saraswati, and then you mix them together and you bring Prayagraj to you. Okay, you don't need to be physically at Prayagraj. You can be there spiritually in your mind. And remember, God is always with you. So Prayagraj will also always be with you. And I want to ask you a question. Which Brahmin or expert in the Vedas and the Puranas and Sastras have said this to you? Which one? No one. Like I said, being a Shudra does not mean you are not knowledgeable about the Vedas, the Puranas, and the Sastras. I can tell you this. I am more knowledgeable about the scriptures, all of the scriptures. I may not be an expert at any one single scriptures, but as a generalist, I have more than a generalist knowledge about the scriptures. Okay, so you don't have to be present at Prayagraj to participate in the Mahakumbh Mela festival. You can do that at your home, wherever you are. Like I said, you have 3 containers, and each one of them invoke Mother Ganga, Mother Yamuna, and Mother Saraswati. Mix them together and take your bath. Okay, and wash away whatever sins you are, whatever doubts you have, whatever actions you have taken. Wash it away and start afresh and anew. And you decide whom you are. And we will together take control of our narrative. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Krishna, Bharat Mata Ki Jai.